All right, so now we're going to be talking about partition numbers and sign charts. So this one should be pretty short, but we're going to be looking at how to find partition numbers. A partition number is found in areas where f is not continuous, or if f of x equals 0. And so anywhere the function isn't continuous or it is equal to 0, that would be called a partition number, which we will use later on to help sort of define the sign chart. What it gives is these areas where we have continuous intervals, which are either going to be positive or negative, in large part because of the way we defined what the partition numbers are. If a interval is continuous and it cannot cross or 0, or it cannot reach 0, it won't be able to cross into the negative values. And if you have these areas which are not continuous, sort of predefined, then you don't have to worry about any of those issues showing up, where it could jump around from one side of being or one side of 0 to the other. So basically, the partitions of the form intervals on the sign chart, which we will be looking at here in a second. So with the sign charts, we have our partition numbers, which broke up the number line into partitions, which we can test a specific number for on each of these partitions. After testing a specific number, we can determine the sign value for each of those numbers that we tested, whether it will be positive or whether it will be negative. And each partition will have the same sign value for the entire interval. And that means that each of these test numbers that we tested will give us the sign for each interval, each partition that we have, and we can draw a chart which resembles the chart here below. So that is what we have for sign charts. These are useful for determining what a function kind of looks like and how you can kind of draw it. For example, if you had a rational function with some vertical asymptotes, then you might be able to place them on these particular partition numbers and then determine whether or not the function would look a certain way by these positives or negatives, because you'll know where the function will be on the graph. So that's helpful analysis for you for being able to look at a function and then be able to determine how to draw it or how it looks in general. All right, so that's the end of that one. So I'll see you guys next time.